Grizzlies wearing their City Edition, Isaac Hayes-inspired uniforms. And we are underway in Memphis.
One of the things we talked about were low turnovers. Low turnovers because, number one, doesn't allow as Beverly hits that three. But it's about the possessions. The Grizzlies need to get clean, good looks on their possession so that they can set up their defensive transition.
Kyle Anderson responds with a three. I mean, can you dig it? Paul George, baseline, reversing it up and in. Did not match Memphis's physicality, and Dylan Brooks had a lot to do with that.
He and Justice Winslow did a great job.
Ibaka with a straight line drive. Both Paul George and Kawhi Leonard, subpar games last night. Valanciunas goes to the hook off glass. Beverly, baseline drive, stolen by Anderson. Grizzlies trying to come back the other way, 3-on-2 if they hurry. Nice. Finding Brooks in transition for the dunk. This is a Clipper team that leads the league in all the shooting categories. Dump down, Paul George with a layup. Ibaka thought about it, instead puts it on the deck. Great dump down to Leonard.
Centers were shooting the threes, and Ibaka was 3 for 4 on threes.
Oh, what a great denial by Morant to climb the ladder and force the turnover. Now at the controls, to the rim, and in and one.
Did a good job. Was he made it a smaller space to be able to get the lob over the top. Didn't allow Ibaka to push him up the lane.
Ibaka from outside, Serge Ibaka. Player coaches are not allowed in the NBA. Valanciunas went 2 for 2 from 3 last night. Morant will try for 3. Bango! Morant. Leonard on a slalom. Whoa! Big time stuff from Kawhi Leonard.
Tonight, no settling from the perimeter at all for Kawhi Leonard.
Lou Williams drives, finger rolls it up and in, and a foul.
Dominating this first quarter for the Clippers.
Valanciunas, shot clock down to 5, goes into his move, turn and gun from the baseline, it's in for Valanciunas.
I mean, with the attack to the basket, he has 3 assists here early on, and when he feels as though he has any type mismatch, again, they're able to go over the top.
Man into the seam, Kawhi Leonard, a spot up triple try, it's down, and Leonard's in double figures with 11. Tillman with the screen, a little pick and pop floater, honeycombs in, out, and back in again.
For Tillman, especially with Tyus Jones having the type night that he had last night, will have a lot of attention from the Clipper defense.
Lou Williams hunting a 3 over Melton rings the bell. Lou Williams 38% from beyond the arc.
Just a great offensive play.
Which you can say that a lot about Lou Williams. Here's Clark for 3, bango. Brandon Clark laces the triple. Tying the game at 30. Lou Williams against Tyus Jones. 4 seconds. Lou Williams drives, ball fake, and got all the way to the rim. And Taylor Jenkins spreads his arms wide in disbelief.
And a little better matchup for Desmond Bane with Paul George. Not because of skill, as Paul George is able to get to the front of the rim in terms of the physicality.
83.7 to be precise, number 1 in the NBA. Paul George, a baseline gun that goes. Works baseline, blocked by Kyle. Picked up by Brooks. Anderson, nifty layup, getting all the way to the rim.
So that the Grizzlies can get out and use their speed to increase the pace of the game.
Lou Williams got all the way inside. Tillman with a ball fake. Nice move against Zubats, got to the rim. With 4 guys who are in the top 20 of three-point percentage. Here's Paul George. He slaloms, scoops, and scores. Paul George. Morant behind the back. Valanciunas.
We'll see if the Grizzlies can keep Kawhi Leonard away, because he did a lot of damage, whether it's dribble penetration or in mid-post post-ups.
Ibaka drives and scores. Everly, Morris, and Reggie Jackson for the Clippers. Valanciunas, great hands. Grizzlies have already lost more games to injury this year than they did all last year. Oh, great backdoor cut by Bane, and what a find by Grayson Allen. Clippers have their starting 5 on the floor. They've led by as many as 8.
Knew it was off. He was already going to track it down, but then Again, throws away uncharacteristic. That's Kyle's third turnover here in this first half.
Paul George finds an open Beverly. Beverly, his second triple of the game. Paul George out, Lou Williams is in. Leonard for three, and down the well it goes. Beverly drives. Lou Williams got by Morant, great pass. Ibaka up and in, and they count it. Paul George, covered up by Allen. Beverly a corner three, puts it in. Pat Beverly. Beverly 43% from beyond the arc. Valanciunas responds.
Well, you never want to put yourself in too much of a hole against a high-octane offensive team.
Morant. First block for Ibaka tonight. For years, an elite-level shot blocker. Kyle Anderson with a backhanded layup going right at Ibaka. You want to get that Andy Dufresne rock hammer and start chipping away. Morant, full head of steam. Bank, no. Valanciunas follows and powers it in. Timeout, Clippers. George has it back. Dylan Brooks. Beverly rolls and finishes. Patrick Beverly now in double figures.
Insisting on them at least take a look at it.
Yeah, I think the crew's going to go back, look at the video, and regret that they didn't take a look at it. Dylan Brooks.
More times than not, it's still something that gets looked at.
Leonard rises and hits. Kawhi Leonard, 18 for him. Batum, that's too tall even for Ibaka. Kyle, Dylan, underlaid. Kyle, yes, and a foul. Valanciunas, and then this is thrown away. Morant. It was deflected. Morant will take it and lay it in.
And that was just fantastic hustle.
Brandon Clark into the game. Dylan Brooks guarding Leonard, who sweeps a hook up and in.
So tough.
Well, we have a lot of friends.
I was about to say, which one of them?
That could be a lot of people. Here's Kawhi Leonard for three, puts it in. Mark Followell, the TV voice of the Dallas Mavericks.
Yes. Well, listen, right now the Grizzlies are going to have to find offensive energy, but defensive energy to slow. Good move here by Morant. Tough finish to try to slow down. You said it earlier, cannot just continue to match baskets with the Clippers.
Grizzlies got it within 10. Zubats, man. Flip of the script from last night. Lou Williams for three. Lou Williams killed the Grizzlies, averaging 9 assists in the three-game set. Morant, yes. Quarter of the season. Grizzlies with it. First to start the fourth. A turn and gun by Valanciunas, blocked and fouled by Zubats. Lou Williams floats it up and in. An entirely different Lou Williams than what we saw last night. An entirely different Clipper team than what we saw last night. So let me ask you a question about the All-Star game. As the Grizzlies see the shot clock go down to 5, here's Tyus. He's got a three. It's through for Tyus Jones. All-Star rosters. Clippers were not over the limit because that other foul had been taken away. Kawhi Leonard for three. Rebound, Kyle Anderson. Morant leaking out, and Kyle Anderson, that's the second time in as many games. The double-double, 20 and 10, his 6th of the season. Morant drives, dishes. Valanciunas puts 2 more home.
I'm not saying that he's the same level as this player. Good hands here by Kyle Anderson, but when I played in Cleveland, that's how we did with Sean Kemp. You knew it was a double-double.
Oh, what a great look. Morant finding Melton in full flight, 13-point game.
See, 2 stops here in a row. 2 stops, get a basket. See the Grizzlies.
Paul George out of the double team. Ibaka attacks and finishes.
It's last night, and they are coming together at the right time.
The only team they lost to, this Clipper bunch. Batum off balance. Kevin Gelly into the game. Sets up Reggie Jackson for a corner three to beat the shot clock.
We credit this Clippers defense.